Crikey, he's as fat as mud.
For millions of us, this is a battle cry of a conservation legend. Steve Irwin taught the world to love the scaly, the scary, and the misunderstood. He built an empire of respect for wildlife. Now, a crocodile he rescued is under threat from a government body that's blatantly disregarded their own rules and laws on crocodile management. Today, we are headed to regional Australia to understand what has happened to one of Steve Irwin's legendary crocodiles. Tune in. This story's tale is much longer than you'd expect. This is Old Faithful, a local legend in his own right, and a crocodile Steve Irwin himself knew well. Decades ago, Old Faithful was becoming a problem, getting too close to fishermen and boats. He was a nuisance croc. But instead of just relocating him, Steve and his team tried a radical experiment: behavioural conditioning. They captured him, held him, and in their words, hazed him, exposing him to boat noises, lights, and human activity in a controlled, negative way. The goal? To taunt him into being people shy. To teach this apex predator that getting close to humans was a bad experience. Then they released him, right back into his own river. And it worked. For decades, Old Faithful kept his distance. Steve's method was a success, allowing the croc to remain wild and the public to remain safe.
Here's where the conflict begins. This is a really popular fishing hole. And when the fishermen come back and clean their fish, they leave their scales and offal in and around the water, and that creates a free feed for the crocodile. These bullet shells are a result of the fishermen getting scared. They see a croc, they think it's stalking them, boom! They take a pot shot at it. I'm here to help humans, but also protect the crocodile.
But now, years after Steve Irwin saved this crocodile's life, he's been taken. In a move that has sparked outrage, Queensland authorities recently entered his habitat, captured him, and moved him into a permanent captivity. The official reason? The same one from decades ago. Old Faithful had allegedly been designated a problem crocodile in his own crocodile territory in regional Australia, far away from any major city. The decision has left local Aboriginal community, the traditional owners of this land, furious. They say they were never consulted, and similar to the Malay community in Brunei that I discussed in my previous video, they also have a very spiritual and totemic relationship with crocodiles. To remove a crocodile without proper consultation is a massive sign of disrespect. But there is hope for Old Faithful. A legal fight has now been launched to free the crocodile. Opponents of the move claim the evidence that he was a problem is flimsy at best, especially since Steve's conditioning had been successful for so long. They argue this was a knee-jerk reaction, not one based on clear and present danger.
Normally, nuisance crocs are shot, locked up, or relocated to a more remote area. But if my hunch about being able to change their behaviour is right, we'll be able to leave them safely where they are, and that's good news for humans and for crocs.
The irony is painful. Steve Irwin's work was designed to keep this specific crocodile in the wild. Now that legacy has been undone. As a legal battle brews, a famous crocodile, an icon of the wild, lives in captivity. The fight for Old Faithful isn't just about one animal. It's about who gets to make decisions for the wild, what evidence is good enough, and whether Indigenous voices will be listened to or ignored. For now, Old Faithful is locked up and awaiting a legal battle. The outcome of that legal battle could cause him to be euthanized, returned back to his habitat, or relocated to somewhere even more regional. The consequences of all of these actions still will have a heavy heart on the crocodile. If it's euthanized, younger, more juvenile male crocodiles could move in that are going to be more aggressive to try and tame and keep that territory. And that aggression will and can be directed towards humans. The other issue is, if he is returned back to his own habitat and Old Faithful gets to live, he just got baited by humans to be captured. That means he'll be associating food with humans, causing some risk that he could see humans as a source of food and cause more encounters. Either or, the situations are not looking good for the crocodile. To keep up to date with all the legal battles that the crocodile is about to face, subscribe to this YouTube, or follow me on Instagram or TikTok.